Looking for an endometriosis specialist? Keep watching for my tips on how to find an endometriosis specialist excision surgeon, as I'm going through the journey myself right now. Now, before I get into this, I would first like to refer you to the many posts I've put up on endometriosis surgery. As you can see, there are quite a few, so scroll down and have a flick through. It's a subject I take very seriously, and if possible, even more seriously after seeing some of your stories that you've kindly shared. Thank you again for your openness. In my endometriosis journey to excision surgery post from last week, I share my why, my reasons for going down the surgical route privately. So what has my endometriosis specialist search involved? In my opinion, the main bases to cover when you're looking for endometriosis specialist care are as follows. Number one, what I call official research. Perform online research via the BSGE website for accredited endometriosis specialists and endometriosis centres. Once you've shortlisted some specialists, then move on to review websites as a secondary research method. I'm talking websites like Doctify and Top Doctors. These websites are official in terms of their content more or less needs to be authenticated. So they're great as a starting point and ending point when it comes to looking for an endometriosis specialist. Secondly, this is what I refer to as unofficial research. Search for consultants on social media. Check out their profile. Spend time reviewing their content, including tagged posts. And if you want to, even slide into their DMs. They may respond to your queries and they may not. Thirdly, community research. Effectively meaning asking women in the endometriosis community for their recommendations. Many women kindly volunteer their experiences within healthcare, both positive and negative. They provide insights on their surgical experiences and surgical outcomes. So try asking about their condition and what their surgery involved to see if it's like for like, how their recovery has been, what kind of aftercare was provided, if any, and how they're doing 3, 6, 9 months post-surgery. Fourthly and finally, medical referrals. This involves asking your existing medical network, your GP, gynecologist, even a colorectal specialist, anyone you feel you can trust for their advice. Medical healthcare practitioners aren't always forthcoming, but some will know of and be happy to recommend who they believe to be a reputable endometriosis specialist. So it's always worth asking. Now I'll caveat those 4 pillars with the following. Bear in mind how your individual case of endometriosis presents symptomatically and what the findings of your endometriosis investigation have revealed, any scans or blood work or internal examinations. Because any insights into your condition will be imperative when it comes to choosing a surgeon. For example, say you have symptoms and or MRI proof of bowel involvement or nerve involvement or urinary tract involvement or all of the above. You want to be sure that the gynecologist has experience with treating such cases and that they have an MDT, multidisciplinary team, at hand that carries the relevant expertise for your case. In other words, if you have multi-organ involvement, say your bowel and bladder, you don't want to waste your time or money with a surgeon who doesn't have a colorectal specialist or urologist within their team. They're just as important as the gynecologist. So I stress, do your due diligence, because believe me, private consultants take the piss too. I do say this with love. Don't be foolish. Don't go in blind. Don't put all of your eggs in the consultant's basket before you've vetted him according to your individual case of endometriosis. In my case, I've been around the block when it comes to endometriosis specialists. I've met a few gynecologist consultants privately and their nurses. I've got a great relationship with my GP, finally. So I asked around my medical network and was given 2 names. I then went on to research the recommended consultants on the website I previously mentioned. I checked out their reviews and I checked out their social media presence. And last but by no means least, I then went on to ask the endometriosis community. I turned to a few members that I've built relationships with to ask their thoughts, find out if they had any insights on these specialists. So I've done my vetting and I'm now currently in the process of consulting with both recommendations. May the best man win.